Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya. The name Nairobi comes from a Maasai phrase Enkare Nairobi, basically translating as cool water. You need to understand that the Nairobi River runs through the city, so basically this is where the name Nairobi came from. By 2019, Nairobi had a population of 4.3 million people, whereas the Nairobi metropolitan area has a population of about 9.3 million people. But before we continue, my name is Gani and this is the African Meat Show, where I spread good vibes about the African continent. So if you want to learn more about the African continent and African culture, please consider subscribing and also turning the bell notification on so that whenever I have a new video out, I get you notified. Also, considering the fact that Swahili is the most spoken African language, in our subsequent videos, I'll be sharing a free Swahili lesson in each of my videos towards the end, so make sure to look out for that. Nairobi was founded in 1899 by the British colonial authorities as a rail depot on the Uganda Railway. After Kenya got her independence, Nairobi was declared the capital city of Kenya by the then President Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. The Nairobi Central Business District has a rectangular shape that stretches around the Uhuru Highway, the Haile Selassie Avenue, the Moi Avenue, and the University Way. The Central Business District has many of Nairobi's important buildings like the City Hall and the Parliamentary Building. The City Square is also within the Central Business District of Nairobi City. You'll also need to note that it's in the Central Business District that you'll find some of the headquarters of the major businesses and corporations in Nairobi or Kenya in general. Some of the skyscrapers you should look up to when you get to Nairobi include the UAP Towers, the Pinnacle Tower, the Times Tower, the Kenyatta International Conference Center, the NSSF Building, the Nyayo House, and so many other main buildings within the city. For the food lovers, when you get to Nairobi, expect some great nyama choma or barbecue, then some ugali and sukuma wiki. Then if you're one of those that likes to get that western taste of dishes, there are so many American fast food restaurants like Subway, then we have KFC, there's Pizza Hut, there's Domino's Pizza, and so many others. So expect to get any kind of taste of foods from whichever part of the world that you're coming from. Then when it comes to transport, the best way to move around the Kenyan capital is by the use of either a matatu, This is basically a minibus that carries about 14 passengers. You can also take a bus by any of the bus companies around, like the Kenyan bus service, or you can use the City Hopper or any other kind of bus service that's within Nairobi City. There is also a train network for both long and short distance travelers within Nairobi, so be sure to get any of these when you get to Nairobi City. For you to easily socialize within the Nairobi City, the most commonly used languages are either the Swahili language or the English language. So if you have any of these two in your language repertoire, you're going to have a very good experience around Nairobi. Speaking about the climate in the Nairobi City, Nairobi generally has a subtropical highland type of climate. The evenings are usually cool around the June-July season of the year. The hottest season of the year is between December to March, which basically averages about 24 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Then when it comes to housing around Nairobi, there's a bit of class divide whereby the most wealthy Kenyans live in Nairobi City, but for the majority of the Nairobi people, those of the average or low income class, these generally stay in the nearby suburbs and slums around Nairobi City. Well, that's Nairobi, Kenya for you. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. This really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and also I promise to be giving away a free Swahili to English translation, and our word for today is asante. Asante is basically a word that you can use to make appreciation to another person. So I can say asante, basically meaning thank you. So that's our Swahili lesson for today. For you to learn more of this, please consider subscribing and also turning the bell notification on as well, so that whenever I have a new video out, I get you notified. Thank you so much for watching. Watch this next video.